Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday. Start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays. Get the midweek boost you need. Sadhana Saturdays. Dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. Welcome to Sadhana Saturday. Today we're going to discuss what is yoga and why is it important. Yoga is a journey of union, balance, and inner peace. The word yoga is derived from an ancient Sanskrit root yuj, which means to yoke or to unite. It symbolizes the union of individual consciousness with universal consciousness. It's often perceived as just a physical exercise, but in its true essence, it is a comprehensive spiritual discipline. Spiritual doesn't mean religious. It's a practice to harmonize the body, mind, and spirit, allowing practitioners to experience a greater awareness, balance, and connection with life. Recent studies has yoga originating in ancient India over 5,000 years ago, developed by sages and spiritual seekers as a path to enlightenment. There is, however, evidence that Kemetic yoga, a system of yoga that traces its origins back to ancient Egypt, Kemet, is believed to be one of the earliest forms of yogic practice, predating or paralleling the yogic traditions of India, according to some scholars or practitioners. Whether ancient India or ancient Egypt, yoga is a practice that is a system of self-development, health, and divine connection. It is harmony with the divine nature and your higher self. It includes asana postures, truth, balance, harmony, justice, order, and righteousness. It's all about connecting with your breath, the movement, meditation, and living ethically. It's the union of your lower and your higher, or your physical and your spiritual being. Allowing your energy to flow. Many are familiar with the Vedas, the Upanishads, or the Sutras of Patanjali, which systemize the philosophy and the practice. Another sacred text, the Bhagavad Gita, lists the different forms of yoga, from action like karma, bhakti, devotion, or jnana, wisdom, each offering guidance. For our discussion today, we're going to discuss the practice that comes via India. And it starts with the 8 limbs, Ashtanga. It's about being ethical, yamas, moral guidelines, such as nonviolence, truthfulness, non-stealing, continence, and non-possessiveness. They shape how we relate to others in our external world. Yama, personal observances. These are practices like cleanliness, contentment, self-discipline, and self-study, surrendering to your divine, fostering inner integrity and growth. Asana, the postures, the physical poses, which is designed to keep the body strong, flexible, and healthy, preparing for meditation. Pranayama, breath control, control of life force, regulating the breath to influence how the flow of life energy or prana flows, bringing mental clarity and calm. Pratyahara, withdrawal of senses, turning the senses inward to cultivate an inner awareness and detach from external distractions. Dharana, concentration, training the mind to focus on a single object or thought as a foundation for meditation. Meditation, which is dhyana, the state of continuous focused awareness, which can lead to your spiritual insight, and samadhi, blissful absorption. The ultimate goal of yoga, to quiet the mind, to complete a union with the divine, pure awareness, and liberation from ego. And there are so many modern paths to the ancient practice of yoga. There are so many styles, such as Kemetic, which is the Egyptian form of yoga, Hatha, which is a fundamental style that is foundational, emphasizing physical postures and breath control, slower pace, and focus on alignment and balance. Vinyasa, dynamic, flowing style where movement is synchronized with the breath, creating a moving meditation. Ashtanga, a vigorous, structured series of postures performed in a set sequence, demanding strength and discipline. Yen, slow, meditative, restorative, where postures are held for longer durations to stretch deep connective tissues and promote stillness. Kundalini, a spiritual, personal practice involving breath work, chanting mantra, physical movement, kriya, to awaken the energy that begins at the base of our spine. Bhakti, karma, and jnana are non-physical paths focused on devotion to your divine or your personal spirituality. Why is all of this important? Why is yoga important? Because it has benefits beyond the actual yoga mat. It's great for physical health as it promotes and improves flexibility, strengthening your muscles, enhancing posture, and supporting your joints. It boosts circulation, immunity, and digestion. It's an aid for mental clarity as the breath-centered focus calms the mind, reducing anxiety, and help manage emotions more skillfully. It deepens your personal spiritual connection, opening your heart and mind to deeper levels of consciousness, helping you to connect with your inner self and your higher power. It impacts lifestyle by fostering mindfulness and intentional living ethical, influencing choices on and off the mat, promoting kindness, compassion, discipline, and self-awareness in daily life. There is scientific support of the benefits of yoga. Studies show that yoga reduces the stress hormones like cortisol, helping to manage anxiety and depression. It improves heart health by lowering blood pressure and enhancing circulation. Regular yoga practice has been shown to alleviate chronic pain such as back or pain or arthritis. It enhances sleep quality, cognitive functions, and resilience by balancing the autonomic nervous system, especially through breathing techniques and meditation. Yoga is life, a way of life. It's more than a practice, it's a philosophy. It's not limited to the studio. It's a lifestyle based on presence, purpose, and conscious living. It invites practitioners to live with awareness, integrity, and peace in every thought, word, and action. The values of yoga, such as non-violence, ahimsa, contentment, santosha, and discipline, tapas, help individuals lead a balanced and meaningful life. Understanding what yoga is not is just as important as understanding what it is, especially in a world where yoga is often misrepresented, misunderstood, and misinterpreted. Yoga is not just a physical exercise. It's more than stretching and getting a workout. While the physical postures are important, they are just one limb of the 8-limb, eightfold path designed to lead to spiritual liberation and mental clarity. Yoga is not about being flexible or perfect. You don't have to bend into a pretzel. You don't have to be super or experienced. It's not a performance or a competition, and that you need to be super duper flexible. No, it's just a result, not a requirement. Yoga meets you where you are and grows with you. The practice is about inner alignment, not outer acrobatics. It's not a religion. Let's repeat that one. Yoga is not a religion. Yoga does not require worship of any deity. It can be practiced spiritually or secularly based on your personal beliefs. Although yoga has its roots in some spiritual traditions, it's not a religion. It's a spiritual science and philosophy that can complement your personal religious belief system, or it can stand alone as a secular practice. Yoga is not a quick fix. It's not a one-time solution or instant cure. It's a discipline that unfolds its benefits through consistent, long-term practice. Yoga is not just for women or certain body types. The media often portrays yoga as something for affluent, young, slender women in expensive outfits and clothing in the West. And in the East, it is portrayed as for specific cultures. And in truth, yoga is for everyone, for every age, every gender, every body, everyone. It has been practiced by sages, warriors, those who work in cities, those who live rural, those who live in all countries and cultures. Yoga has been practiced for thousands and thousands of years by many, by all. Yoga is not about escaping reality. It doesn't promote avoiding problems or living in fantasy. Instead, it provides tools and teaches us to face life with clarity, presence, and resilience, embracing both joy and challenge. And some other common myths is that it's just about stretching, and it's not so. It includes breathing techniques, meditation, ethical living, and self-inquiry. Stretching is only the beginning and the very small part. And there's a myth that yoga is only for calm or spiritual people. Many people can start yoga because they're not calm, and it helps to develop peace and welcomes everyone in every state, just as you are. And then there's the myth that you may have to take a long, lengthy class that's over an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, that you don't have time to practice yoga. It's not so. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing, movement, or meditation is yoga. It could be integrated into your daily life. And then finally, the myth that yoga is only done on a mat. Not so. Yoga is how you live, how you breathe, respond, listen, act, and love. The yoga mat is just the training ground. Yoga is a path open to everyone. It is inclusive. It is adaptable. There is several forms of yoga that's accessible to every individual. You just need to be open and willing to explore, not worrying about the perfect posture or perfection. Just focus on the connection to your breath, your body, and yourself. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. Yoga offers more than just wellness. It's a sacred path to freedom, unity, and truth. And as you deepen your practice, you begin to live with more clarity, compassion, open-heartedness, and courage. And as you continue to explore, begin to see yoga not as an activity, but as a way of being, centered, open, and connected. True yoga is a practice of presence. It's not about touching your toes. It's about what you learn on the way down towards those toes. It's a journey towards the inner self, available to all, beyond myths, labels, and trends. Yoga is ultimately a path of union, and union with yourself, with nature, and with the divine. It teaches us to return to balance, to live in alignment with truth, and to move through life with awareness and grace, expanding your consciousness, and seeing yoga as a tool for transformation. And as you breathe, move, and meditate, remember that yoga is something that we do and something that we live. May you take a moment to practice yoga, to guide yourself back home, back to your true self. If you'd like to take a yoga class, I invite you to explore the different types of classes available. There's several online, there's several apps, there's several local studios. Are you ready to begin or deepen your yoga journey? Whether you're new to yoga or looking to explore it more deeply, physically, mentally, or spiritually, I'd be honored to guide you. Book a personal or group session with me to experience yoga in a way that's authentic, healing, and aligned with your unique path. Visit flourishwithtracy.com to schedule your session and take the next step towards balance, clarity, and inner power. Let's rise, restore, and flourish together. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.